Yes, like a lot of the heroes that counter PL are like the mid heroes, the Lash. Usually you don't really want the supports to be playing around you. So here they're going mid, secure the rune. Very, very important for Rune Eaters to get this rune on the co-op.
They have to be careful though, because Meloju could very much just throw a raw out. Yep, Anisan's gonna go down, but still Ethereal is the one to get the first blood. So trading out position force on both sides of the river. I guess overall not too bad, right? Change you feel like with PL when you say new PL? Is he just overall tankier? Does he like what's the main difference?
Yeah, he's just scarier. He does a lot more damage late game, tankier and everything. Sonic Wave doesn't get the Rubik kill this time. QBFY, he's gonna be alive for now.
Last hit, high ground miss, blood grenade will get the job done. That was really unfortunate from Mr. Meloju because he walked all the way up. At least you can still split the map and farm. Mid lane, Cubify, trying to sap some EXP. He's got the backup of Kraker. Ethereal's now dived in, slowing him down, need a raw. Now the Queen of Pain in trouble. Still should have a blink away, doesn't manage to escape. It still kills off the Phoenix. So bringing attention to the mid lane, and now they're still swiping away onto Meloju. Looks like they want to get the go onto the Beastmaster, but he's got an Ash Legion shield and he's pretty damn tanky. I don't think this will work out for you. Regen Rune snatched away by the Rubik. Again, Anisan will sacrifice his life just to make sure the Beast doesn't... I mean, Anko doesn't have mana for the Ravage, which makes things a little bit awkward. Jesu now, getting back to the safety of the tower. Starting to wind up the Sharpshooter. Try to go for the kill, but Meloju will body. They tried to shoot for Cubify instead. There's the Raw. Out comes the Ravage, holding the Beastmaster in place. Trying to get on the supports, but things are messy for Lynx as they can't decide who they want to focus down. In comes the TP from the Phoenix far too late. You would have loved an egg half an hour ago. Kraker's gonna dive in, try and at least get the kill on the Squirrel. Hunting down his prey, the egg will find him. Kidaro will offer a few auto attacks to take down the egg, but it ends up with a triple kill for the...
Yeah.
I was trying to think, like, it doesn't get dispelled,
nice
right?
Bro, it's a nice farming item. It's just a good item on PL. The stats are great, move speed and everything. This is a useful item. Another rune, another fight.
Holy, full commitment. Macro Pyre stolen. This is looking good for Lynx. Not able to blink away on the Queen of Pain, and Kidaro will get cut down as well. This time, Lynx, they bring the numbers, and the time is ticking. They're about ready to get rumbling. Meloju just... This is the move that they've been waiting for the past 15 minutes. Looking towards the tier 1 mid now.
Yeah, this tower should have been down ages ago, Mike.
Start with a bushwhack, nice cut of the tree. Turn around with the raw, but they can't decide who they want to go on. It's Ethereal being focused down. Still has the Bloodstone already. He should be able to heal his way out of this one, but a beautiful turn back around. The Pango keeps him controlled, and the rest of Lynx are too strong to fight into at the moment. Crucially, the Tide Hunter wasn't here, and he's not able to land a Ravage, but out of nowhere, jumping in, the egg still comes out, but they have no way of protecting it on Lynx. Both supports go down as the cores scramble, and this move did not work out as well as they had planned. Is now his. The rest of the teams walked around it magnificently. Mid lane, damage test onto Anko. Let's try to buy some time with the Yules. Bushwhack's there as well. He's probably going to go down here. Just let him go. Anko will drop.
Nice,
but they managed to find the Bushwhack onto the Queen of Pain in the backline. Ethereal will drop as well. Rubik making the plays here for the side of Lynx where they need him. And now Rune Eaters, you got to scramble. You got to get the hell out of here. You don't want to lose more for nothing.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm happy about that because we get to watch quality Dota 2 like this. Now Rune Eaters, they've spent enough time waiting for their PL to come online. They're ready for him to take center stage, and they're getting into the Roche pit. But of course, Lynx, they know about this. Here comes the contest. Rubik with the initial scout. Sees that Roche is low. Who's going to come in? Ice Path. They can't get in there. Your way with the Aegis. And now, in comes Jesu. Trying to get some sort of revenge, but two supports down for now. Ethereal, the damage test. They need to focus down the quad before she gets the blink. Still managing to do so. Jesu with his damage. Focusing down the egg. Yowai will get the job done. The Ravage holding the cause in place. The Phantom Lancer's dropping low, but he's still able to kite around the fight. Looks like his first life might be lost shortly if he's not careful. Anko will drop in front of him, and unfortunately the PL just not enough resources to keep this fight going. He might be strong, but he's not doing call complete.
How can you say they are great at scaling and at the same time they cannot deal with the enemy carry? It doesn't
well,
feel
it's
right,
kind
right?
of it's kind of like a matchup thing, right? Like your good scaling gets cancelled out by the fact it's a PL.
Yeah, I guess so. Here we
Rolling
go.
Thunder coming out, big bumps on forward, but the lift out of the way, the force staff again, the blink. Ethereal able to get out of trouble, and this initiation has not worked out the way that Rune Eaters wanted. needing to dive away, start the rollout, but leash to a crawl. Ravage comes out, the egg can't protect him, they're looking towards the Rubik. Bushwhack down, they can't decide who are they going to focus. Kraker will get the egg pop, but his head might get popped off as well. The chase is on, Yoai looking for more, and the long range dash can't TP out of this one. Really, really nice fight there from Rune Eaters. And as anything else for you?
Just to ensure you kill the supports, so they can't run away from you with the use, and they don't even have 4-star, right? Just the use.
Yeah, no false stuff. You got a refresher now on the Phoenix?
95 is also good against Ursa. Remove the overpower. Small little.
Sure. Rolling Thunder. Here's the initiation onto Yoai, but the problem is he has the Aegis. Hopefully they can burst it down the first time. They managed to get the PL to start. Where's the backup? Rune Eaters ready to rumble. Anko coming in with the Ravage, but it hits nothing but BKB targets. And now they're trying to focus down Yoai. Sonic Wave comes out. Egg's still gonna pop. Go for the second round. Yoai's in trouble. Yoai's dead. That's what Lynx were waiting for. Yoai, he's been playing patient the whole game, but this time round with the Aegis, he thought his team had his back, but they couldn't reach in time. And Anko, despite a great game on the Tidehunter so far, wasn't patient enough with the Ravage. It was too obvious that it was coming out. Everyone on Lynx reacted appropriately, and now Rune Eaters kicked back down to the curb.
And Rubik also managing to steal it, adding salt PL, so you always know which one is the real PL.
Yeah. They've done a good job identifying the real one and focusing him down, especially in that previous engagement. And now they're on the lookout for more. Got to show in the wave. This is scary. Vladik getting the roll, looking for a target. Vision on the high ground with the lift. They want to focus down Ethereal, but he's able to BKB. That resists some of the damage, and the Ravage comes out. Focus down the Rubik first. Kraker's trying to find an egg, but Ethereal drops as well. And they got the egg in a good position, but the hero and the PL hitting away onto it. Kidaro says, I got it. You guys back up first. They take down the Phoenix. 1-for-2 trade at the moment. It's Anko chasing in for more. This is not a good fight for Lynx, as they will get worked down on the Beastmaster. Great kiting and great delegation of responsibilities. You rarely ever see that. You rarely see the PLC and egg and immediately decide it ain't worth it. But he realizes his 5 minutes being giga patient, I think he can afford to let it rip a little bit. He realizes
there's a limit, right, Mike? You can only be patient this much,
Yeah.
It crosses the line, whatever, I'm done.
Rolling Thunder coming in. But where's the follow-up? Are they going to buy back on the Ursa? There's the decision. Sonic Wave doesn't really hit anything as Lynx still trying to find a target. They got their eyes onto the Phantom Lancer, but Kidaro's still able to get his spells off to help them out. BKB forced out from the Ursa just to keep the chase going, but he can't even get on top of anyone. Shadowblade allowing Yoai to escape, and now you've lifted the Ursa back into the fray. Is that where he really wants to be? Sunray helping him out, but he's taking way too much damage, and that is a dieback on the Ursa. Complete misunderstanding of the situation there. Lynx thought they could get somebody, but Rune Eaters again with the kiting, the patience, it pays off. The raw reflector by the Lotus. This Phantom Lancer is completely fine. He'll even chase after the roll-up just to put the hurt onto Vladik, and he is not scared of a thing. 400 HP healing up. Buybacks come through. They're going to try and punish. Yoai does go down, but the Rubik drops as well. They found the kill onto the Queen of Pain. Instant buybacks coming through. Rune Eaters, they understand this is their time to strike, and all they need is to try and kite this one out. Buyback on the Rubik as well. But at the end of the day, with all these heroes on Rune Eater's back, it is a 4v5 at best, and you still don't have your egg available for another 68 seconds. Rune Eaters know this, and they want to commit for the last lane of Rags.
20 seconds before their Ravage roll's gonna come in. They need to
they can just
back
they can just walk away. I mean, your Phoenix is diving in, but you're not really getting much done. Maybe you can find the kill onto Kidaro with a couple of nice swashes, but right now Vladik has to blink back out to safety. Got silenced up, was too scared of it. They're doing everything they can to protect these Rags, but they don't really have much gas left in the tank. Cool down on the egg, still 35 seconds.
No Ursa, no roll. They have nothing right now.
In comes the Ravage. Oh, Anko lands it onto all of them. And Lynx, they will get swiped out of the game.
Oh my god. He just left?
I guess so. Maybe a bad habit from pubs, but that can't feel good. I can understand the frustration because, to be honest with you, felt like Cubify was playing himself a pretty solid Rubik game, but it all comes crumbling down. Now the Bat Rider and the Viper just feel like liabilities, if I'm being honest. They're gonna go with a Naga.
Okay,
what
they just
shit?
saved the draft with this.
Okay.
Naga, you're free to leave him and roam.
Oh dear, Mellow.
2 points
Okay.
with poison attack. This is the the way Ethereal likes to play his Viper. You know, he's foregoing getting points in that. In the early game, it's definitely going really well for Team Lynx, you know, as I suspected with the lanes here. This Naga kind of salvages.
Oh, Cubify. Fairy Fire still has a Lotus to work with. That was a little bit scary. Anisan now being chased down. Nice toss back into the tower. Might be able to get a return kill onto Quaker, but no. Big one charge, sorry.
He's the one moving to the side lanes right now because of the enormous pressure on the side lanes. The 8-minute rune. Anisan just on time with the rune. They don't have enough damage to kill.
I mean, they can't afford to lose their Viper here, but he will get swiped down, and Vladik finds another. I mean, this game is gonna end real quick if they don't get something together. And Anisan, he is 1-1-1 on the Tiny. And I'm not talking about KDA. That would be a much better situation.
Just keeping it loose.
Oh,
I mean, he's
slightly off the
gonna
mark.
pick it out. Somehow he's
You give him 40 minutes, he's building a Battle Fury, he's ready to scale himself. Rune Eaters on the prowl now. But Anko, he's already under threat. Taken out with the help of the Chrono and the Sharpshooter. Look at these supports on Lynx. They are so high level. Try for the Viper wraparound. Orchid, Silencers, they're in some trouble. We'll try and at least turn around to Kidaro. Vladik shown up out of nowhere and the Bushwhack, knocking the Viper out of place. He just can't stand his ground and the Tiny can offer nothing to help. They collapse in on all of the Lynx heroes and 4 of them drop.
It's no minor problems right now for Team Lynx side. You have to play accordingly to it. I guess also the Lotus kind of like gonna save him from the Orchid. Yep, useful for sure.
Yeah. And here's the Chronosphere. 7 Jesu's burning out to the fire damage, though. You gotta watch yourself. Last Shadow Strike should take him out. And back on track. Lynx might have lost a kill in the top side, but very quick works for them at the moment. Rune Ethos. They haven't really interacted with the Naga Siren just yet. Here's the blink reveal. Mellow Jewel. Where's your Lotus? Where's your Lotus? Wow,
Yo,
look at that.
I'm just
The
letting
Lotus.
you-
Oh wait, is he?
He pops the song and he dies.
Okay, well, thank you for that. A bit of a split news report there.
Yeah,
By
that's
the
my
way,
job,
no,
you're
you
looking at
didn't.
one fight. I'm looking at another fight.
Yeah, by the way, Winter, the
Yeah.
Lotus saved Mellow Jewel. Just
Where?
letting
He's
you know.
dead.
Well, he dies now because he walks back in on 100 HP, but meanwhile, a fight in the top side.
I don't care, man. The fact that the clock is dead.
Looking like they're in the driver's seat, 5k ahead. But Rune Eaters have also been able to find some opportunities. Now, perhaps with the global silence, it can make something happen. Yoa has been spotted out. You got yourself an Atos. Need a
Backup's
long-range
here.
Bushwhack, though. Backup is in fact here. Mellow Jewel can't connect. Heard a lasso out, found the squirrel. She's in trouble. So it ends up just being a support kill. But in comes the rest. Global silence. It's
Global.
great timing. It is going to be trouble for the Void, but he's able to manta up, and they're even rolling to try and escape. They've only Sonic Waved onto Anisan. That's a support Tiny, don't be mistaken. The cores are still fine for now. They can't get the touch onto Anko. He's hiding away to the side. Mellow Jewel will tag him with another Shadow Strike, preventing any further chase on. And Lynx up.
A big objective.
Yeah, but we're starting to see the Naga come into play, right? These illusions all around the map. Toss back, Anko. Looks like he's found himself a catch. Quaker with the Lotus, but still getting Flame Break down. Meanwhile, Chrono, they found the Naga Siren. The real one through the trees. That is trouble. Chrono is used. Maybe this is a sign for Rune Eaters to try and chase on. Still got to be careful. Anko, not the tankiest. He went for mobility items. Now looking towards Jesu. Has Lasso to work with. Avalanche will only tag onto the Pango. Where's Lotus? Huge
Big
Sonic
Sonic
Wave
Wave.
onto all
heroes.
4. Where's the follower? Here's Jesu looking for his target. Mello will be the one to jump in and get those kills. Anko, he's overchased. Ethereal's in far too deep. And now you can't run. Rune Eaters looking for Anisan. The rocks will try and get in their way, but the Disperser, they've got the movement speed for the chase. Anisan will try and turn around to commit for the kill, but he can't even get that. Also the wave, so you're suspending the push for a little bit. There's 20 more seconds until that Aegis is down, so you've really only lost the tier 2. And Lynx are presently scrambling around the
He's
map.
left alone.
What? What?
The team just TP'd out. I think they saw it on the Naga illusions and he gets caught.
Is he in trouble? Stun
Might
up.
be.
Lotus is there. They got the backing of the egg. They'll turn around. Chronosphere onto the Viper. He's in trouble. Rolling Thunder from out of nowhere. They'll bump the Viper back into Oblivion, but a nice 4-staff still. 7 Jesu there with the chase. BKB used now for Anko to try and escape. The rest of Lynx collapsing in. This is troublesome. Naga Siren caught. Naga Siren Sonic waved. And what looked to be okay for Rune Eaters ends up with them just running in, trying to capitalize on the Faceless Void. Okay, well, you just gave Lynx the fight that they were waiting for. No ultimates on either side here, though. They still have a Viper Strike to work with. It's going to come out onto the Pango. Able to roll up to safety. Even bump into the Tiny, who has to fall staff away to the high ground. Still unclear whether Lynx want to stick around. Vladik, he's dropping really low and has to be careful. Naga now spotted. It's broad daylight. Faceless Void being focused down, but that's why you have the Lotus for. Sorry. Kraker able to dive away, back and forth we go. Nobody really able to find a kill. The lasso comes out trying to control the Queen of Pain, but again, they just don't have the damage. Their Naga Siren is hiding away to the back, not daring to hit a hero, but Ethereal is stepping up to the plate, trying to take down Kraker at least, but he'll trade his life for it. 4 members of Rune Eaters go down.
A standard that this is what Dota should look like.
Yeah.
And sometimes when we're watching the game, we kind of just forget, you know. That type of Dota doesn't apply to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Winter, you've worked with me quite a while now. You know that I'm not that critical. You know I'm not that harsh. Of course, compared to you, I think nobody is, but like, that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is, I feel like I generally am quite understanding or try to, you know, see where the players are coming from. But then this just exposes how far away you are from potentially competing at the top. The game might be over here. They are able to silence, and again, the Void just loses his Aegis. So good commitment there from Rune Eaters. The Sun's in an awkward position. The song's out, but it might be the final Requiem here for Rune Eaters. They are losing heroes. Chrono's gonna miss on the Naga, but they can turn around and focus her down anyway. And I mean, the fact that this game took so long to close out just shows you maybe it's a bit of a longer journey before either of these battlers really make it to the top. But for now, it's not over just yet. Jesu punching away onto Ethereal, and yeah, Rune Eaters, I think they've run out of gas. Still try to dive the fountain, still try to play around. They feel strong. It should be G's drop. There you go.
This is a very, very messy game, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what they say? Sometimes you gotta win messy, you know. Gotta win ugly. You gotta win dirty, you know. As long as you get
With the Viper.
I mean, you can. I mean, Phoenix with the Dawn. I mean, you can definitely do that.
Oh yeah, Phoenix with Dawn, sorry.
You can definitely do that, and they pick Centaur. Centaur is the ultimate Wind Ranger counter. Hit me, retaliate, blade mail.
Can't let the Centaur get out of control, but at the same time, you're looking to maybe influence the mid lane. Yowai already under some threat. The tower's not going to serve him well. He's going to try and turn around with Power Shot, but Vladik able to slice him down. The level 2 double edge doing a lot of damage into a Wind Ranger who's honestly not the tankiest. Nice dive, slowing up the Centaur, but it doesn't feel like he's going to go down here unless some additional help comes along the way. Still has a salve to work with, so we'll slowly start to heal up, drag the whole wave away as well.
I always tell the players, don't make it a habit that you just skill your spell, you know. The moment you get the level, the skill point, and then you just skill it. You know. Wait, you know,
Kraker turning things around in the bot lane. That's the power of the electrical taser. Even with all the spells from the Dawnbreaker coming out, she had to just wait and wait for the Luna to run out. Now the TP in. You talk about the Rubik rotation. Now he's come down to the bot lane, blast off onto Anisan. He should get run down here, still trying to turn around. Nice lift to stop the hammer from coming through, but Anko still gets the kill. So even though they bring the members, even though they have the counterplay, Rune Eater still able to succeed in killing them. The Viper didn't have damage items up until that point. He went for the attack speed, Blitz Knuckles, had 0 stat items.
I mean, still, man.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I see you. Kraker. Yeah, he will get chased down here. The shot's a bit off the mark, makes things a bit awkward, but the hammer will still find him. Anko able to get that kill. And even though the top lane didn't go ideally for the Wind Ranger, she's now at the point where she's able to farm into the Centaur. So, where he's holding that high ground, they find the route around him. Narrowly missing the techies, making a beeline for the bot lane.
They want the
Rubik's
Luna.
playing bodyguard.
Yeah, Luna's dead. She's dead. No way out.
Oh, unfortunate. The Rubik was a bit further away. Solar Guardian coming through as well. A lot of move speed
Oh,
and
no,
shots
he
off the
missed.
mark, but still the Orchid damage will kick him out. Cubify now being chased down. Could be a big blast off onto 3. The Viper still absurdly tanky, but the mine starting to go to work. The 2 Lynx supports, they're out of options though. Hammer through, Cubify actually putting quite a decent amount of damage back onto Anko, forcing his escape. They pull him away with Snowball. And Melojul now closing in, looking for potentially a scream. They need to find something, that's for sure, but Melojul not confident on which direction to chase, and will just have to let them go.
Problem, you know, like they're just not disciplined enough, you know.
Bit of a chase here. Silence up first. Trapping in the centaur. Viper strike for the break. Still very tanky with the freshly completed pipe. You're not getting this kill. And in fact, Ethereal might have just found himself in a rough spot. Kidaro getting the egg off, but it's not in time to save the Viper. They need to find more kills. 2 taken down for now. Melojoule might be able to turn it around. Still deciding to blink away with the full collapse of the Rune Eater's heroes.
Just the dagger, you know, just one wave, you know, it's okay.
Anko. He's gonna show himself around the tree line. Eclipse and the lift pull him back into trouble. Need a snowball save, bring him to the creep wave, but still coming back out should be just an easy pick off. Snowball on forward for the next chase. Or not. Cubify thinking better of it, maybe expecting a response from Rune Eaters, but here they go. Back onto Artisan, double kill now. Yoa is now shown up ready to punish, but all he's gonna get is a Rubik kill. They need something better than that. They just lost the Tusk and the Dawnbreaker for basically free.
Yeah, they have to be playing with the Viper, man, not the Dawn, you know. Like, again, you know, like you said, you're spot on. They're playing with the Dawn. He doesn't want to be played with, you know, in this lane. And now
Yoa is now dead.
Everything is just going sideways, you know, for Rune Eaters.
The Crimson Guard still needs about 500 gold for it. Not going to be ready for this fight. But you can see already the entire high ground littered with mines. This is a very painful place to fight. If you're Rune Eaters, you gotta be careful not to dive in. Now it's daytime. Who do they see? Who's gonna start the fight? Anisan trying to look for an angle on the back. Start off onto the center. Focus fire, use the BKB, but he's dying to it. Sonic Wave not able to come out. The Centaur still surviving. Finally, he goes down, but Anko committing the BKB in. You can't fight into this area. They're all going to get blown up. Sure, you've killed the Centaur, but now you lose Anko to boot. And this Tormentor, it's going to be Lynx's for the taking. The hard work for Kraker pays off. He set up that minefield ages ago. And again,
He's getting baited into the bottom area because Rubik is pushing the bot side of the map all the time aggressively, right? So they see the target and they just run at the target.
yeah, I'll be real with you. I don't like this gameplay from Rune Eaters right now. Nice Lotus reflecting the snowball and big Sonic Wave from inside the snowball. What? I didn't know you could do that. Dive in, Phoenix. Just try to slow them down, but you can't slow down a stampeding Centaur running straight for your carry. Rune Eaters losing big numbers, and now they're gonna lose the Roche to boot.
This game has gone totally out of hand, you know, from Rune Eaters side. They played the early game decently.
That was not much of a commitment there from Lynx. They can rinse and repeat that over and over. They don't have to. 7 Jesus on the high ground with his Aegis. 1.5 more minutes of that to work with. Butterfly coming out on the courier in just about 1,000 gold as well. You really have to defend this tower because the second it goes down, the Lunar Glaives are just gonna bounce and you can't fight. But nobody's in position. Yoai's not even here. Gonna start. Dude, nice save there from the snowball. Ethereal still in trouble. Solar Guardian coming through. Everything used to try and keep these heroes alive. Even the egg. The team fight that Rune Eaters were looking for. This is looking more like it. But they just can't get on top of any of these heroes. Even the Rubik saving himself with the Yules. And nobody dead. Lynx are completely fine. In fact, they'll jump back in onto Kidaro. Look for the Phoenix, hidden by the Glimmer. Cubify, you gotta watch yourself, but he's still got a snowball to work with. And look at those glaives bounce. Yoai, he's gonna die! Oh, the last bounce. Hitting him right after the wind run ran out. And I think, speaking of running out, Rune Eaters, they've run out of chances here at DreamLeague Division 2. A big incline for them to overcome. Still fighting on, not willing to give up just yet though, Winter, but all they have left is an Ancient. Dawnbreaker ultimate coming through. Melojoule still able to get the Sonic Wave off, but he'll go down. Lotus Orb not gonna save you there. But look at the Luna. Just beating away. There's the egg. Luna gonna think about focusing it down. Has to force staff away. Maybe Rune Eaters are not done just yet. But Anko, his BKB is gonna run out. Cubify will save himself at the last moment with the Yules. Cubify will survive. They will be able to take him down with Addison blinking forward, but this Luna still unaddressed. Buybacks now coming through. Lynx want to put an end to this game. They can't even take down the Centaur as the Luna with a triple kill now. You buy back, but you just might increase the tally. Ethereal dying to the glaives, doesn't stand a chance. Last bit of HP gets to the fountain, but the Ancient will fall. And Rune Eaters, they are knocked out of Division 2. Lynx will continue their journey in the lower bracket.